Hi everyone, Emily here from Emily's Excellent Epics, and today I have for you a massive book haul. So before I get into filming, just a couple of things. One, I apologize for the lighting right now. It's got like this yellowish tint because I have my lights on. We've had rain today, and we really have not had a sunny day in like a week and a half. We've been dealing with smoke from Canadian wildfires here in central Illinois for like a week and a half. So like sun and blue sky, where is that? And for all those who are in Canada who are dealing with the effects of the wildfire, I really hope that you are safe. Two, I have next door neighbors and their dog has been barking for hours, and I thought, like, my nails are a hot mess. And I was like, I really should redo them. But I was like, no, let me film while the dog is quiet. And I hit record and the dog started barking. So hopefully you don't really hear him. Fingers crossed. So, my book haul. I'm also trying to film in between, like, switching out loads of laundry. So I did buy some brand new books from Book of the Month and Aardvark. I'll explain that. I took in some books to half price books and I got a book on credit. And then we have a huge book sale in town. So last night was like you paid a $10 entrance fee to get in, which I did. And then paperbacks were 50 cents and hardbacks were $2. So I went yesterday and then I went back today. And so I have a pretty decent haul from that as well. So I did good this month. My numbers now on my read to unread are now totally messed up, but it's okay. It's okay. So first off, I'm going to show you what I got at Barnes & Noble this week. So I was like, ooh, these are cute, new shiny bookmarks. So I love the magnetic bookmarks because I use them, like, I mark where I started my day off, and then I use like another bookmark, like a paper bookmark throughout the day. And then that way I can record like how many pages I read that day. So I wanted some ones. I like these because they're bookish. And then I got book 3 in the Crescent City series, so House of Flame and Shadow. Not a clue what it's about. I'm not reading The Dust Jacket because I have not read books 1 and 2 yet, but I'm going to. So super excited about that. And then this was funny. So I went into half price books. This was at the very start of the Amazing Readathon, and I had a green book and I wasn't quite jiving with it. I did end up getting to halfway through, so I was able to log up for points and then DNFing it. But as I was walking in, I was like, oh man, if they have this book, and I said the name of it. I said, if they have this book, then I'm going to buy it. And sure enough, they had Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, which is there is a little tear. I tried to tape it. It didn't quite work. But other than that, like, it looks in perfect condition. But it says, it's difficult to find a husband in Regency, England, when you're a young lady with only half a soul. Ever since she was cursed by a fairy, Theodora Arians had no sense of fear or embarrassment, an unfortunate condition that leaves her prone to accidental scandal. Dora hopes to be quiet, sensible wallflower during the London season, but when Elias Wilder, the handsome, peculiar, and utterly ill-mannered Lord Sorcerer, discovers her condition, she is instead drawn into dangerous fairy affairs. It just sounds cute. I've heard good things about it. So it has a green cover on it, so I was debating swapping my book for that book. All right, then Aardvark and Book of the Month. So I did sign up for Aardvark recently. I do like the fact that you can also skip it along with Book of the Month. I signed up for it with when they had the Tainted Cup and Drop of Corruption special editions. And I'm going to continue it. And like I said, like, kind of flip-flopping back and forth between Book of the Month and Aardvark, trying to decide which one, if at all, do I want to continue. But so the Aardvark pick I got Left of Forever by Tara DeWitt. And I remember, I think Bethany over at Beautifully Bookish Bethany reviewed this and liked it. But this is like a second chance romance where these exes, they were like teenage romance. sorry, I need to get a little bit more comfortable here. Teenage romance, and they had a son, and he is now off. They're divorced. They're in their 30s. He's now like off to college, and like the ex-husband Ellis convinces Ren to take like an extended road trip as they drop their son off to college to see like, because he wants to see like, can they revive their romance. So I typically am not a second chance romance person, but like I said, I've heard good things, so I wanted to check that out. And then book of the month, I got 3 books, and 2 of them were free. So here's why they were free. So Silver Elite, they originally said my box was originally going to ship between like the 12th and the 13th. Well, that rolled by and nothing ever happened. So I reached out to customer service and said, hey, just checking on the status of my order. And was told it's delayed, it should ship out at this time. And they gave me a credit for a free add-on. Then it got shipped out like late June, like the 20th, 21st, somewhere around in there. And everyone who had ordered Silver Elite was given a free extra credit. So I was able to add 2 free books to my box. So for the main pick, I got King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I have not read anything by him, but people in the Book of the Month prediction groups that I'm in on Facebook, they all raved about this book. And it is about Roman Carruthers, left the smoke and fire of his family's crematoria business behind in his hometown of Jefferson Run, Virginia. He's enjoying a life of shallow excess as a financial advisor in Atlanta till he gets a call from his sister Nevaeh, telling him that their father is in a coma after a hit-and-run accident. When Roman goes home, he learns the accident may not be what it seems. His brother Dante is deeply in debt to dangerous, ruthless criminals, and Roman is willing to do anything to protect his family. Anything. So we'll see how I get along with that. I also got The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, and the reason why I got this book is I've heard it's kind of like Rebecca, but set in Mexico, and I really liked, and during the Mexican War of Independence, and I really liked her other book, Vampires of El Norte. So I wanted to check this out. So I'm thinking maybe like in October I'll read this and Rebecca. And then I also got We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. Again, I've heard really good things about this. I'm going to give him a second chance. I tried the Thursday Murder Club, and I was so upset with it, and I was like, I don't want to read on anymore, because it was pitched as a cozy murder mystery. And I'm sorry, Thursday Murder Club is not cozy. Like, it deals with some pretty heavy stuff that, to me, cozies don't deal with. So, but, again, this is about, like, older retirees solving murders. That's really all I know. All right. And then the book sale book haul. This is a lot. So first up, I got A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. This won the Hugo Award in 2020, which will be great for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, in case I decide to use that for this. And yeah, but this is about Ambassador Mahit Dismayer travels to the capital of the interstellar Texiclani Empire, eager to take up her new post. She arrives only to discover that her predecessor has died, and no one will admit that his death was accidental, or that Mahit might be next. Now Mahit must discover who is behind the murder, rescue herself, and save her small but fiercely independent mining station from Texiclan's unceasing expansion, all while investigating an alien culture that's too seductive, engaging in intrigue of her own, and hiding a deadly technological secret. I've heard good things about this duology, so I did find this, and like the books that I picked up pretty much are in like fantastic condition. So Then I picked up my Oxford Year by Julia Whalen. And I did listen to this years ago for a book club. Years ago, like a few years ago. And I really enjoyed it. I just want to read it in print, see if I liked it as much in print as I did listening to it, because I sometimes get distracted. But this is about an American who travels over to Oxford to study, and she makes it there on this Rhodes Scholar position. And then she's also offered this position to help someone's like presidential campaign. So she's going to work remotely and then return to DC after her year in Oxford for this once in a lifetime. And then she takes this English literature course taught by a local and kind of develops a fling with him. So I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I'm looking forward to reading it at some point in time. I also picked up The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I have never read anything by Alex E. Harrow. I keep eyeing this at the bookstore and debating if I want it. So $2 for a hardback that's in good condition. You can't beat that. And this is, so the blurb says, in 1893, there's no such thing as witches. There used to be in the wild dark days before the burnings began, but now witching is nothing but tidy charms and nursery rhymes. If the modern woman wants any measure of power, she must find it at the ballot box. But when the Eastwood sisters, James Juniper, Agnes Amaranth, and Beatrix Belladonna, join the suffragists of New Salem, they begin to pursue the forgotten words and ways that might turn the women's movement into the witches' movement. Well, that sounds intriguing. I like that. Okay. All right, we'll grab these two. And then I found The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery by Gabrielle Zevin. And I had read Tomorrow, really liked it, surprisingly, and heard that this is supposed to be good as well. So I guess it's about A.J. Thickery, who has a bookstore. It's not doing well, and then he has a rare collection of poems that have gotten stolen, or that have been stolen, and then a package arrives at his bookstore, and things go from there. And then I also picked up World War Z by Max Brooks. It's not in the greatest condition. There are some underlines, but it was 50 cents. It's okay. And this has the zombie apocalypse, and so I picked this up because it has zombies, and for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, you need to read a book with a spooky creature, and one of them is zombies. So there we go for 50 cents. Okay, I can do that. And then the next set of books I bought, I'm not quite sure what to do. I will show you. So these are all out of order. Oh! Okay. So I picked up Toll the Hounds by Stephen Erickson. Like, look at like how good condition this is. These are all books in the Malazan, the Book of the Fallen series. So Toll the Hounds. I got Midnight Tides, again in like pristine condition. House of Chains by Stephen Erickson. Again, and like, there's a little scuffing on the bottom there, but not bad. Reaper at the Gates by Stephen Erickson. There's a little like scuff there, but otherwise it looks like brand new. The Bone Hunters by Stephen Erickson. Again, in like pristine condition. Gardens of the Moon, which is the first book. I'll set that aside so I can tell you what that's about. Memories of Ice. Again, look at how good the spine is. Like the there, it's a little like, I don't know if you can tell. There's like a little staining there, but it's not bad. And then Dead House Gates by Stephen Erickson. So this is like a 10-book series, and I got eight of them. And what it is, okay, the first book, the back says, the Malazan Empire simmers with discontent, bled dry by I can say this word, interminable warfare, bitter infighting, and bloody confrontations with ancient and implacable sorcerers. Even the imperial legions, long inured to bloodshed, yearn for some respite. Yet Empress Celestine's rule remains absolute, forced by her dreaded claw assassins. Okay, so I have heard fantastic things about Malazan, Book of the Fallen. I've also heard, oh gosh, holy cow, the print is tiny. Look at how tiny that print is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was going to just say, I'm debating what to do. So I have all of the mass market paperbacks. Like last year I found, or the last book sale, I found the entire series of mass market paperbacks. And so I was debating, what should I do? Because I don't have the whole series here in these size. And mass market paperbacks, they're easier to store. They take up less room. Like I'm able to double stack them pretty easily. These obviously take up more room. But in looking at the print, it is very clear. I'm going to put the mass market paperbacks on sale in my Pango store eventually, and then we'll keep those. Whew. Okay. And then, so that was yesterday what I got. And I think that was a good find, to find 8 books in that series. That series, also, I just wanted to grab them because I know I do want to read it, but I want to get through more in the Cosmere and then also Wheel of Time before I pick up Malazan. Because I've heard like that's kind of an intense, you really need to pay attention, brain power kind of read. Okay. Then when I went back for and got today, I picked up The One and Only Ivan by Catherine Applegate. There is a little ding there, but other than that, like it's in pristine condition. So this is based on like a true story, from what I understand, about a gorilla and in a shopping mall, who lives in a shopping mall. And again, for her kid, I needed a book about zoo animals. Here we go. And then I picked up Cry, the Beloved Country by Ellen Patton. And I needed a book set in Africa. And this is about a Zulu pastor, Stephen Komolo, and his son Absalom, set against the background of a land and people riven by racial injustice. So, set about South Africa's history. I have never read this, so looking forward to that. Again, like perfect condition. Then I picked up, now this is a book, this is in perfect condition as well, for 50 cents. Like, look at how good condition this is. All right, I picked up Pillars of the Earth. I read this book back in 2009. I loved it. I read this. This got me through many ER trips with my mother. She had ovarian cancer, stage 4, and she passed away on Christmas Day in 2009. And this got me through many emergency room trips with her. And I loved this book, and I loved the miniseries. And then for some reason I got rid of it, and I just keep thinking about it and keep wanting to, at some point in time, reread it. So I picked it up. And then I don't know if I have these or if these are doubles. So I'm hoping I don't have them. But if I do have them, we'll just put them up in my Pango shop. So I got The Cat Who Has 60 Whiskers by Lillian Jackson Braun. The Cat Who Dropped a Bombshell. The Cat Who Brought Down the House. The Cat Who Robbed a Bank. This one has some damage. The Cat Who Went Up a Creek. And The Cat Who Smelled a Rat. This one is a little bit dingy, but that's okay. It's okay. Whew. So that's a lot of books. I have no idea how many that is. I will probably count and put in the thumbnail when I'm done with this. But yeah, of all of those books, have you read any of them? Which ones do you like? I do need to read more of The Cat Who. I have book 5 up on deck that I need to read. But thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye. Ooh, I forgot one last thing. Oh, of course, I'm going to always say this. Hit the like button hit the notification button, put a comment down below. If you're not sure what to comment first, if you've read any of these books, let me know what you think I should prioritize. Or if you're not sure what to comment, put like a sun, because I am enjoying my summer break. Bye.